Hello there. Thank you for joining me for today's core workout. Today's workout will be about 20 minutes. I'll try to keep it within that time frame, but I'm pretty much just going to be doing my own core workout, and I hope that you join along. If you like the video, hit subscribe and go to nolanfit.com and sign up for my newsletter because it's full of awesome stuff. Okay, so let's start off sitting in a comfortable position. Just taking in a few deep breaths and just kind of noticing what happens down here in your core. What happens when you inhale and what happens when you exhale. And part of having a good core workout is bringing that awareness to your core. Because your core isn't just right here, it's your whole transverse abdominis. It wraps all the way around your body. So inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. You're going to inhale, raising both hands up over your head. You're going to drop one hand down by the side so you find support from the floor, and then reach your top arm over so you feel a stretch through your rib cage all the way down into your hip. And then roll that top arm back so your heart gets to look up towards that beautiful blue sky. And coming back up towards center, both hands come up to the sky. Same thing on the other side. Finding that support. And then reaching your top arm over and then rolling through the shoulder blades so your heart looks up and breathing. Coming back up towards center, just an easy forward fold. Exhale, coming all the way down. Feeling a stretch in your lower back. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Walking yourself on up, we're going to come onto your hands and knees. So with your fingertips spread wide under your shoulders, we're going to inhale to look up, dropping your belly down to the ground. And then exhale, curving chin to navel, arching your spine up towards the sky. And you don't have to follow me for this, just as long as you're breathing while you're doing it. Inhaling to look up, and then exhaling to curve. And what we're doing here is we're waking up all the muscles along your spinal column, all the way down into your lower back. We'll take one more time up and down. And then once you're all done with that, we'll meet in a nice neutral spine. Cool, so pushing your heart away from the floor, we're going to reach your right arm out in front of you, press your left heel straight back away from you, and then scoop your belly up. So we're actually tightening out through the core. On an exhale, we're going to connect elbow to knee under your body, and then inhale to extend. We're going to go for 5 of these, going at your own pace, so long as you exhale to connect elbow to knee, and then inhale to extend. There's 3. There's 4. One more time making the connection. One more time extending out and coming back onto all 4s. Take a moment to resettle. Push your heart away from the floor. Reach your left arm out in front of you. Push your right heel straight back away from you. Remember to hollow out through your tummy. Take in a deep breath, and then on the exhale, connect elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Going for 5 total. One more time to make the connection. One more time to extend. And coming back onto all 4s. If you need to pause for a second to just kind of like roll out your hands, you can put the backs of your hands on the mat. You can flap your hands like a dead fish. Whatever you need to do. Sometimes it can put a little bit of strain on your wrist. Okay, so from here, we're going to push your heart away from the floor and reach your left arm up towards the sky, twisting, taking a deep breath, and then we're going to thread that left arm underneath the right to bring your left ear down towards the mat. Stay here for about 3 breaths. letting your shoulder rest on the floor and your ear rest on the floor. And then whenever you're ready, push off your right hand, raise your left arm all the way up to the sky. And it's a stretch that's so nice, we got to do it twice. So threading that left arm under again, left ear comes down towards the floor. And stay here for about 3 breaths. Pushing off your right hand, raising your left arm all the way back up towards the sky. And then coming back onto all fours. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So raising your right arm up, rolling through the shoulder blade, taking a deep breath, and then on the exhale, thread that right arm underneath until your right ear finds the floor, and let your body rest heavy on that right shoulder. Staying here for about 3 breaths. Pushing off your left hand, raising your right arm up towards the sky, opening up through the heart. And then on the exhale, threading that right arm underneath again, letting your right ear rest down on the floor. When you're done with your 3 breaths, we're going to push off your left hand, raising your right arm back up towards the sky, and come down onto all fours. Bring your big toes together and your knees out to the side. We're going to come all the way back into child's pose. Just letting your forehead rest down on the mat for a moment, stretching out the muscles in your lower back. Taking in a few deep breaths. And then coming on up onto your bum. So rolling on over. So we're going to begin the actual core workout part with a set of 25 crunches. So you can bring your hands either behind your head or across your chest. Feet can be in the air or on the floor. It really doesn't matter so long as you're keeping a good space between your chin and your chest. So going for 25 crunches. Trying to meter your breath so you have a big exhale on the top of the movement. Being able to empty out your lungs by the time you get to the top allows for a nice solid contraction. Keep going through the last 5. Once you're done with those, you can bring your hands underneath your bum. We're going to straighten out your legs, and we're going to go for a set of 20 leg lifts. So I'm using my hands just to put underneath my butt to ease stress off my lower back. We're going to raise your legs up until they're above your hips and lower them down until they're just above the floor. So going for 20 of these. If you find that this is putting stress on your lower back, you can always bend your knees and tap your heels on the ground, or you can put a pillow underneath your butt. But in general, if it doesn't hurt, what we want to do is at the bottom, you want to try and straighten out your legs as far as you can. I think I have 5 more to go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Once all done with those, we'll plant your feet down on the ground and bring both hands behind your head. We're going to go into a set of figure 4 crunches. So for a figure 4 crunch, we're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee and crunch straight up and down. So I like to put my hands behind my head just to provide a little bit of support, but I'm still keeping that space between my chin and my chest as you squeeze up. Going for 15 on each side. Start whenever you're ready. If you want to make it harder, you can float that other foot up off the ground. Once you're done with your set of 15, switch sides. 15 on the other. Cool. Once we're all done with that set of 15, we're going to bring your hands underneath your lower abs. I'm going to go back to a lower ab exercise. So what we're going to do next is called a vertical hip raise. So legs staying up over your hips. This is like your point A position. We're going to use your lower abs to kick your butt up off the floor and then try and lower down slowly. So it looks something like that. Let's go for 15 of these and see how it goes. $13, $14, $15. Those are good. They work every time. So we're going to raise your right hand up over your head and straighten out your left leg. And what we're going to do from here is a hand to toe connection. So a leg lift and a crunch at the same time. Let's go for 15 on each side, and it looks something like that. So I'm using my left hand to support my head, but I'm still maintaining that space between my chin and my chest. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. Once you finish up that set, we'll just go straight into the other side. Straighten out your right leg, left arm over your head, and touch your toes 15 times. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. Oh, those are so good. They hurt. I'm just going to stop for a second. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is a round of crab kicks. And I know I say this joke a lot, but one time I said in a workout class, we're going to do crab kicks. Someone thought I said crab cakes, and they're like, yum. I was like, huh? All right, so crab kicks, palms are on the floor, feet are on the floor, and we're gonna lift your butt up off the floor. So this is like your point A position, and then we're gonna tap hand opposite toe 20 times. So it looks something like that. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're going to turn right over onto your hands and knees and come into a downward dog. And we're going to go for 20 alternating toe taps. So it's the same thing as the crab cakes, only different. So right hand to left toe, 20 of these. Try to stay strong through your shoulder. Try to keep your legs straight. $19, $20. Cool. Once you're all done with those sons of guns, we're going to make your way onto your back again. So on your back, you're going to just hug your knees into your chest for a second, stretch out the muscles in your lower back, flip your feet, wiggle your toes, wiggle your butt, wiggle your nose, whatever you're going to do. Anyway, from this position, we're going to press your elbows into your knees, and we're going to try and actually like squeeze and push. Your head can rest on the floor or it can stay up in the air. I don't care. But while you're pushing your elbows and your knees, we're going to reach your right arm and your right foot out, extending as far as you can, coming back and maintaining that pressure again. And then switching sides, we're going to go for 10 of these total. And keep breathing while you're doing it. There's 7. 8. 9. One more is 10. Oh, so good. So hard. Okay. From here, we're going to find your heels with your fingertips and bring kind of like your elbows close to each other and your knees in line with your hips. We're going to go for 20 hip raises. So pushing off your heels, raising your hips up towards the sky just as high as you can, and then lower back down. And you don't have to do them that slow, but go for 20 of these, squeezing your butt and hamstrings until you almost feel a stretch in your hip flexors. There's 14. Go for 5 more. Last one is 20. Cool. Yourself all the way up. We're going to do one more exercise, and it's going to be a forearm plank. So for the forearm plank, rest on your toes and your elbows with your palms facing towards the floor. And we're going to hold this for 60 seconds. If you need to stop at any point, that's fine. But really try your best to do it. Most people can do it, even though they think they can't. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So you're coming up and you're floating. And what we're going to do from here is push out through the heels of your feet and the crown of your head. So you're trying to make your body as long as you can. All the while, as you inhale, your lungs kind of naturally expand. But as you exhale, try and tuck your belly button up to your spine and into your heart. So you're engaging diaphragmatic breathing while holding a plank. It's brick hard, but it's also brick good. Cool, 30 seconds to go. If you have to stop for whatever reason, just take one knee for a second and then start again. And if it feels really hard, keep pushing out through the heels of your feet and the crown of your head. Keep making that body long. You got 15 seconds left. Good. Home stretch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come on out and rest back into child's pose to finish. Great. So that completes the core workout. Thank you for doing it all, if you did it all. If you liked the workout, hit subscribe and leave a comment. And if you'd be interested in coaching, I have a program called Dad Bod Transformation. It's not just for dads, it's kind of like for a whole family, but it's all about being healthy and how to incorporate healthy habits and healthy lifestyle. So it's not just a workout program or a nutrition program, but it's a lifestyle health and wellness program. Thank you so much. See you next time.